Hi friends, it's Jess with Our Bipolar. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, just a little bit about me. I have bipolar 1 and I was diagnosed 26 years ago when I was a sophomore in college. Today I want to talk about something that I don't see talked about very much, which is when you have bipolar disorder and you have lived well past the age you thought you would. But before we get into that, I will ask you to subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet, like this video, comment. Also, if you want to contact me directly, you can do that on Instagram and Facebook, and share this video with a friend if you want. This is a little bit hard to talk about, but I'm 45 years old. I never thought I would live to be this age. I mean, I'm still here, and yeah, I was diagnosed with bipolar 1 when I was 19 years old, and like a lot of us, I went through some really hard years. So I will link video right now, right up here in the description box about my first manic episode and psychosis. But so when that happened, I got diagnosed right away. But unfortunately, I did not receive good treatment from psychiatrists, was not put on meds that helped me for about a decade. So during that time, I experienced rapid cycling, so I was having mania and depression and psychosis here and there very often. It was a horrible time in my life. I did not see myself making it through that time. So during that time, I have to be sensitive with how I say this because of YouTube, but I experienced a whole lot of, thinking about ending my life. Thoughts of wanting to do that, coming up with plans at times on how I would do that, talking to people who were closest to me about it at times, and, really scaring people. And I never really got help for that during that time. So I was never put into the hospital. I never spoke about those feelings to the psychiatrists I had during that time. I mean, these people were not trusted individuals in my life. And they were really, like I said, not helping me. And I didn't really even understand that I should go to them with those kinds of feelings, which I absolutely should have. And like I said, I did reach out mostly to people I was dating during that time, but for whatever reason, and it's not their fault. I'm sure, people don't really know what to do in these situations or how serious it is or isn't, but I do think, I should have been hospitalized, and maybe that would have finally gotten me on better meds, who knows, but that didn't happen. So I really didn't see myself getting through. And during the time I mostly did work, there came a time probably about halfway through that I stopped taking meds. I was fed up. I thought, life cannot be any worse. So how could going off meds be worse? And it actually wasn't worse. I mean, I wasn't getting any help from the meds, and if anything, they were exacerbating my symptoms. And I also have a video about my med journey. I'll link up above and in the description. Yeah, so I went off, and for almost a year, I actually did better until I finally had a huge manic episode. I was actually visiting my brother when it happened, and it was a whole big mess. I have another video about that up above. So anyway, a lot of times I'm just like shocked that I'm still here. Shocked, you know, it's sad. It's sad thinking back on those times when I was struggling so much. It's sad to think that I didn't think I would still be here. But I am still here, and I am so incredibly grateful that I'm here, that I'm aging, that I'm in my 40s. I mean, I don't know how, but I ended up with an amazing husband. Brian is such a wonderful, supportive person. I have my daughter, you know, she's 9 years old now. Me being a mom, that was not what I thought would happen. You know, I could barely take care of myself, but then, you know, I did finally get more stable and I got a better doctor, and it did happen. I did get on better meds and I was given better treatment all around. And like I said, I didn't think I would be here, but I also, back then I did not want to be here. I mean, I really just wanted out of my misery. I think a lot of people with bipolar disorder have gone through similar times, or maybe still are going through it. And I so understand. I get it. Please hold on. Please try to get better treatment, because no one else is going to do it for you. You have to be your own best advocate. And I hate that, but it just absolutely is true. So now I'm getting older. I'm looking different. I'm feeling different. You know, I'm having some issues with lithium. I'm having kidney dysfunction, right? It's minor, but the kidney dysfunction is now causing my blood pressure to be high. And I'm like, wow, I am really old. I'm having high blood pressure, but I'm still on the lithium. It will be reduced at some point, and I will probably have to add Lamictal, because that's the only mood stabilizer left that I haven't tried. So while I am grateful and excited to be older, and you know, I don't always love seeing changes, like seeing more wrinkles and these kind of things, but at the same time, it's like, wow, I get to have wrinkles. Like, I get to be older. It's kind of weird, but it's also really cool. And so of course I do worry about the med changes. I worry, you know, I've heard that bipolar disorder can progressively get worse with age. I'm not sure how true that is. I would like to avoid that, but I'm going to have these med changes happen. But the fact that I'm even having the kidney dysfunction from lithium, honestly, I personally don't care. Like, it's not that I don't care, but the fact that lithium gave me so many relatively good years of my life, I am so incredibly thankful and grateful for that. So yeah, I'm having a little kidney dysfunction. I don't notice anything personally. It's just all in my lab work. I feel like that's a fair trade-off. You know, I have no regrets for being on lithium personally. And I know, you know, lithium does not work for everyone, but whatever med you're on, there's usually some kind of side effect. Sometimes, you know, like a more long-term side effect, like this one. So yeah, there's kind of things coming up with aging that can be scary. You know, just in my personal life, my husband has a lot of health issues, and he's gonna have more surgeries on his spinal cord tumor, and you know, there's all of that to deal with. But that just means we're still here, both of us. And there's a lot to be thankful for, and not just thankful. It's just like, I am so happy to be living. Like, I really get joy out of still being here and just living every day and enjoying the big things and the small things. It doesn't have to be anything big. There's something to be said for making it through difficult times. And things can still not be perfect or just great all the time. They're not going to be. But still being here, being through the darkest times, I'm definitely grateful for that. Thank you for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.